Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Jedi Consular Edition. Now, when we left off, we had just ventured into a Flesh Raider cave, along with Kaizen's help, and we are now back here with the First Blade's hilt, and a little bit more information, and we're going to be speaking to Master Yuan.
Master Yuan, I believe I have the coordinates for the Fount of RAJIVARI.
Kaizen mentioned as much. Padawan, I just received a very disturbing message. For you, from Nail and Ralok.
Survival. Mine, my villages, and yours, Jedi. Interesting to think about. My people's deaths will be avenged. There's other paths to the Fount of RAJIVARI. I'll find it. And then I'll kill you.
You kill the villagers? How could you?
If I'd let those villagers go, they would have returned later, in greater numbers.
The future is ever-changing, Padawan, but those people are dead. That cannot be undone. We still have the Fount of RAJIVARI to find. Let me see those coordinates, Padawan. Perhaps I can get us started.
And I believe the second coordinate is the Tythos Ridge. Just visualize it from a climber's point of view.
Which fits with the first coordinate perfectly. Well done. But that leaves this coordinate. We can't triangulate the Fount of RAJIVARI without it. Perhaps it's a rock formation.
That coordinate will give us the Fount of RAJIVARI. If you think you can find it, please hurry.
Padawan, look. In the map's code, there's something else hidden here. A warning? The Fount of RAJIVARI has mechanisms for intruders. Only those who know RAJIVARI's path will walk through unscathed to gain his wisdom.
I'll take care of these mechanisms when I get there, Master Yuan.
RAJIVARI was ruthless, Padawan. Those traps will be fatal if you go unprepared. We know Kaleth was RAJIVARI's stronghold, and excavators have uncovered ancient computer terminals in Upper Kaleth. Those terminals might hold answers, if they weren't all locked with passwords.
The hilt of the First Blade accessed the coordinates to the Fount of RAJIVARI. It could unlock these terminals too.
Of course. Those engravings, some of them resemble security algorithms. Go to Upper Kaleth and investigate those terminals for any clue. I'll wait here for Kaizen. We're close, Padawan, I know it.
I'm very interested to see actually what happens with these terminals, but we have now reached level 9 and we're going to, I think, make a small visit to our trainer, and I guess then we'll be accessing the north, west, and south terminals. They're all the way over there, so I can quite easily quick travel. This appears to be a recording left by one of Master RAJIVARI's apprentices.
Master RAJIVARI's gone. The Council survived. We failed. They'll come for us. They'll have to lay siege if they want to take us prisoner. We can't give in. Master RAJIVARI's fifth principle says, showing mercy to an enemy creates a spiral of destruction. We'll take plenty of Jedi with us.
I see. So, very much a vengeful path, is it not? So, almost leaning towards the Sith side of things. And I gotta say, it's quite worrying, isn't it? That is quite worrying. Obviously, as we know, that did not come to pass, and the Jedi are beings of light and everything, but obviously being a servant of Valkorion, that makes us question everything around us, especially Jedi teachings and Sith alike. This appears to be another recording by one of Master RAJIVARI's apprentices.
Another Jedi today. My seventh. Master RAJIVARI formed an army from the allies he found past the mountains. We could sure use them now. But they vanished. Just left their servants. Those cannibals in their stupid camps. Master RAJIVARI's second principle says all life is a battle, even to your last breath. But our allies didn't leave us a choice.
What was that? Did they mention servants that they left behind? And are they referring to the Flesh Raiders? Are the servants the Flesh Raiders? I actually don't know. That would be quite a revelation if it was, but I don't think so somehow. Really? Maybe? I'm actually unsure.
The bleeding won't stop. Blast it! Why did I watch Vadria's back? Master Rajivari's 7th principle said it. Sacrificing your strength is the path of a fool. I should have just let her die. It doesn't matter. This siege is nearly over. This can only end one way.
The way of destruction, I assume. Now, as we draw ever closer to selecting an advanced class, I have not actually spoken about that before in this particular series, but I think those of you that have seen my Sith Inquisitor series will certainly know what I am going to pick, but for those of you that have not, I am going to wait until I reach level 10 for the surprise, and obviously for those of you that already know, that's not going to be much of a surprise. But anyway, I really love telekinetic throw right now. That's really nice, and we already have a 4-second stun, which is very powerful at this level. So let's head into Master Yuan once more.
Master Yuan, I have the clues we need.
Oh, Padawan. Back already? What clues did you find?
I think I recovered enough of Rajivari's philosophy to help me.
So the Jedi besieged Caleth after Rajivari tried to kill the Council, and his apprentices held the line all by themselves. Remarkable.
Rajivari's apprentices knew there was no hope, but they defended their beliefs to the last.
Yes, with a different master they could have been great Jedi. Hopefully the principles you've recovered will help you pass into the Fount of Rajivari safely, and once Kaizen brings us the last coordinate... Wait, where is Kaizen? It's been... How long was I working?
While Kaizen's out there dawdling, the Fount of Rajivari could already have been breached.
Padawan, Kaizen is never late. Please, you must look for him. He mentioned the Waterfall Caves, didn't he? If Kaizen has the last coordinate, you can triangulate the Fount of Rajivari. There's no time to waste, Padawan. Go, and may the Force be with you both.
I think this is going to be level 10. This is certainly going to be level 10, and we actually have to search for the Trandoshan for Kaizen Fess. Okay, so there is level 10. We have the emergency fleet pass, of course, which is always nice to see, and we also was that it? Was that all? Was that all we gained? I think it was. Ah, well, never mind. Okay, so we now have to search for Kaizen Fess, who is apparently deep within Flesh Raider territory, sort of thing? Maybe. Well, anyway, let's take a look at our advanced class when we arrive. You know, I have to say that I really like Tython, and that's not saying it lightly, because there are many planets that I don't like, but Tython and Korriban and even Ord Mantell I actually really like. For some reason I love the starter planets. Maybe it's just because each story that starts with every single class is always, in my opinion, very intense and very kind of intriguing immediately, and then it just gets more and more complex, more and more complicated. But I like the simplicity of the initial storylines, which is actually, I don't know, maybe that's a testament to the writing. But anyway, let's see what we're going to do here. So, as you can see here, sages are famed for their wisdom as much as for their powerful healing and defensive skills. In troubled times, a sage brings together the insight of the past with new power to change the flow of galactic events. And, as you can probably tell, that is the class we will be choosing, yes. Jedi Sage. There we go. Okay, so we're not going to be playing a healer here, obviously. I think we are probably going to be playing telekinetics, but I'm actually unsure. Yeah, okay. I actually don't even know which one is the way to go. Internal damage, Weakens the target, freezing it in place for 2 internal damage over 18 seconds. Okay, we're going to go for telekinetics. I don't actually know if this is going to be any good, but telekinetic wave, we have that. Sends a wave of telekinetic damage. That's really nice. Okay, so I have never before played anything like this, I think, kind of, yeah. But anyway, we're going to try and see what's going on with it. I think I've got everything set up reasonably well, and also we do now have a focus, which is very nice, so we can actually have that in our offhand, and we can be a little bit more powerful. And we have the Twi'lek here, Naelan's follower, of course. There's going to be a lot of them, so let's use telekinetic wave. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's really amazing. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. That is really cool. Okay, so I'm just going to be heading up to these guys and taking them out. I'm actually going to complete the bonus mission before we go and find Kaizen, because a little bit of extra experience never hurt anyone, right? I gotta say, I think this is one of my favorite abilities so far. Telekinetic wave is just insane. Like, look at this, okay? Every single enemy that you're going to be fighting mostly is going to be with something else. So they're always going to come as a pair, unless you're fighting a stronger unit, like a champion or an elite or something along those lines. And having an ability that is capable of dealing damage to multiple targets on the first initial cast without you being attacked is absolutely fantastic, and I think that is really amazing. So what we're going to do is we're also going to use Force Potency before this, and then we're going to use Telekinetic Wave. See how much damage this does. Yeah, we killed everything around it, and we are just blazing through everything. It is utter devastation. Ooh, wow, okay. Now I am 100% certain that playing as a Jedi Sage was certainly the right way to go, because obviously with the Sith Inquisitor I chose Sith Assassin, and that is very, very similar to a Jedi Shadow.
Naelan Ralak will get what he deserves. You said you get Jagannath points from hunting. You could start again. Kaizen, Master Yuan has been at the Jedi Temple for hours. Naelan must have used some force trick to make you think he was Yuan. Naelan will need more than the Fount of RAJIVARI when I catch up with him.
Does that mean that Kaizen is our first companion? Yes, it does. And I'm actually kind of sad for him because he lost all of his points, and I know that Trandoshans value their points extremely highly, and that makes me sad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to channel that sadness, or shall we say, not me specifically, but Duran is going to channel his sadness into hatred. Oh yes, into hatred. Well, technically they don't believe in a light or dark side in the Eternal Empire. They believe in serving their superior, their master, and through that they gain strength. So, as a result of that, I'm going to do the very best I can to serve Master Yuan, as well as to further my own gains, my own power. Even though that is slightly Sith-like, I personally feel like there has to be some small amount of darkness here and there, because obviously if we are serving Valkorion, there must be some dark side to our personality. It seems we are heading into a ruined Acropolis, and I don't think I've ever been in here with any character before. Technically, this is obviously a Jedi Knight and a Jedi Consular planet, and you wouldn't be in here otherwise if you were playing as any other class, of course, but it's actually really amazing to see something new, because, you know, usually with the Jedi Knight, you kind of go to the same place. Obviously, you go to the same place every single time, but the point is that it's really, really cool to see something different. So I'm going to change him to damage right now. I think Kaizen's going to be really nice on damage. There is a bonus mission here, but I have a bad feeling that we're not going to be able to do it, because there are a bunch of people in here, and it's probably unlikely that we'll be able to, but you never know, we might have a chance. So we're just going to try and take them out as best we can. As you can see, we are absolutely destroying everything in our path, because of course Kaizen being on damage, me having some pretty decent burst damage, is making a huge difference to that. So yeah, me and Kaizen at least are gonna complete the bonus, and then we'll head on to the Fount of RAJIVARI. And here is the phase.
No further, Seeker. You come here unpurified. It is an insult to Rajivari's memory. Rajivari's apprentices were flawed, but they walked the fire and were reborn. Only a personal sacrifice will show your strength and resolve, Seeker. Will you be purified by flame?
No. How can sacrificing my strength make me more powerful?
Then Master Rajivari's teachings have guided you. Go forward, Seeker.
I'm actually extremely surprised that that worked, because I thought to myself, as soon as Kaizen disapproved about that, I was like, oh no, I may have made a slight error. But no, it actually did work out rather nicely.
You made it after all. I hoped your head would be Nayland's trophy by now. I came here to prove myself to Nayland, but the traps, it doesn't matter. You're the enemy. If I can still hold a blade, I can stick you in the heart.
That makes you my enemy. Sparing you will only lead to greater destruction.
Ah, a disciple of Rajivari after all. Go now. You've earned the right.
Ah, huge amounts of tests await us, and I can assume that that was one of the many traps that we had to face. Well, it seems like we have gained access to the fount. As soon as you touch the stone, you smell something seeping into the room. The smell of gas is getting worse, or it is becoming difficult to breathe.
I will not die without a fight.
After a minute or two, you can breathe easily again. Aha, so we'd had to hit it with our blade to be able to get it to stop. I kind of assumed that would be the case, and we have a Force Ghost here. Is that a Force Ghost, or is that a hologram? I suppose we're going to find out.
Of course, here is the other. Seekers of forbidden knowledge always have their pursuers. If you came for Nayland Ralloc, he has been and gone. So much is fleeting. But I remain, and I remain the man I was. Rajivari.
This place is full of shadows and traps. You could be another.
Your pet is brighter than he looks. When my body failed me, I refused to become one with the Force. How could I? The Jedi were still imperfect. Here, in my laboratory, I had refined certain devices. I could give one chosen apprentice decades of experience in a day. An apprentice to become worthy to carry my vision.
Your wisdom and knowledge were preserved through you and these devices you created.
I have waited for new acolytes. I believed Nayland Ralloch was a suitable candidate. But disappointment. Nayland walked through the traps instead of solving them. He suffered greatly. Now, Nayland is changed.
Nayland's condition makes no difference. I just need to find him.
I miscalculated. Nayland's mind wasn't equal to the wisdom he demanded. I have made not a successor, but a monster. Nayland will not remake the Jedi. He wishes to destroy them and everything else on this world, beginning with the Great Forge, where lightsabers are made. Without the Forge, the Jedi lose their martial power. You must stop Nayland before he destroys it.
Perhaps I can correct your mistake.
That weapon won't suffice against Nayland, but you carry the hilt of the First Blade, an old friend. Simple procedure would convert it to a working lightsaber hilt, and perhaps a crystal from the Forge caves to power it, given its age.
Tell me where I need to go.
Pass through the caves and seek the Forge at the mountain summit. Stop Nayland, this abomination my knowledge has created.
My mind is stronger than Nayland's. I could be the acolyte you wanted. Use your device on me.
I cannot. The devices were spent during Nayland's procedure. Go. Stop Nayland before he destroys the Jedi Order. Someday, I will see it saved.
Well, that is a terrible shame, isn't it? I very much wanted to have the wisdom from RAJIVARI. I think it would have been an excellent addition to Duran's arsenal. So let's take a look at some of the comparisons here. I think this one looks the best. Gonna take that, thank you very much. There is level 12 as well. So, where do we have to go now? We have to gather a lightsaber crystal from over here. Alright, so I have to make my way outside. But for now, I'm going to be ending this episode off here. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.